Yeah, buddy. We are back.
You feel that?
I feel it. I feel it right here. Monday Night RAWHAHA is back. How you doing, James?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling groovy. I'm feeling wild. I'm back. I'm back full force, full-fledged, live from the beautiful RAWHAHA Stadium. Jacob, doesn't it feel great to be back in the seat?
It feels so great to be back in the seat. I can tell you these past few months have been tough for me. I've learned a lot about myself, as I feel like all of America has learned about themselves. And I feel like, James, I owe you an apology. Well, you and your people an apology. I never knew what your people went through wrestling in mask. Having to wear a mask now, my hat is off to you, sir. And you're gone. And you're back.
What were you saying about my people?
I said I respect them.
Jacob, that's just one of the things that comes along doing live television. We're on the tube, we're on the YouTube tonight. We're coming at you. We're going to have a lot of very exciting, explosive specials and a lot of surprises coming out. Things are coming out of left field. Who knows what's going to happen? All I know is that these joke warriors have been held up in their homes, in their caves, in their holes, in the ground, waiting for months, for weeks, just to get back on the mic, just to get back on stage, just to share something, just to connect with some people, just to destroy somebody in the ring like we used to do back in the good old days. But now we're here, we're live, Monday Night RAWHAHA. What can we expect from our first match tonight, Jacob?
Well, as always, we'll be doing our 3-2-1 format. We've got competitors lined up to debate two topics. But tonight we're doing it a little differently. We're doing singles matches, so a little more intimate, a little more crushing for our competitors. Each person will come out and defend their side of a proposition for 3 minutes. Then they will have 2 minutes to respond, and then finally 1 minute to make their closing argument, at which point you and I will go over their answers or go over what they've said and decide who the winner is. And then at the end of the night, we have our championship match with our current reigning champion, the Relaxer, versus... Well, I guess you'll just have to wait and find out who it's versus, won't you?
Another surprise. Like I said, there's going to be a bunch of wild shit happening tonight. And our first challengers, I don't know if there are a lot of diehard RAWHAHA fans out there, but we've been following this.
Is there any other kind of RAWHAHA fan?
It's ride or die tonight, as it's always been. And if you've been following this for the last couple of years, you know that these first two competitors used to be on a tag team together.
That's right. But much like America, they're now divided.
They are divided, left and right, black and white, white guy
Stay
versus
in or
red.
go back to work.
Guys without cell phone services versus guys who use their mom's payment plan. We got it all tonight. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do know that these two used to be a part of the team known as the Alley Beer Assassins, Jacob.
That's right. So let's, without any further ado, you want to bring them out? Let's bring out our first competitors. It is Neil and Pat.
Hold on.
These microphones are amazing. You can't hear that audience in the back losing their minds, but you can see the crowd here tonight is really fired up and ready to go.
Oh, and Pat is displaying the belt. Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
They both got belts. Look at them. Tag team
champions.
Pop, pop.
James, I've got to be honest with you. I was convinced that those things were destroyed already.
I thought one of these guys was definitely going to pawn them off for a rent money. But, these two have their heart set on destroying each other despite their history, despite the past, despite the fact that they came together in the past to win those belts. I'm just excited to see what they're going to do tonight. And as always, we have some very, very interesting debate topics tonight, Jacob. Do you know what they're going to be debating tonight?
That's right. Our first match is going to be China, the dying country, versus China, the dead wrestler. But before we get into that, let's meet the two contestants. Why don't we? Why don't we check in with Pat and figure out what's up with Pat? Hey, Pat.
Hey guys, things have been going pretty great. I'm pretty bummed that I'm missing my my partner in crime, Neil Heltzel. We won 4 or 5 of these titles together, and now the powers that be have pitted us against one another. And I think it's a cowardly move and a dastardly move, if I'm being quite honest.
Well, if you're going to stay at the top for so long, we got to do something to take you down. And what about you, Neil?
Pretty much the same as Pat. I think it's despicable how you are automatically putting us against each other, but I'm going to have no mercy tonight. I'm an alley beer assassin. That means going 100% of the time, 100% of the time.
God damn, and that's the phrase that sold 100 T-shirts, folks.
And have either of you assassinated any beers tonight?
No, I've switched to vodka for my figure, so it's been mainly that.
You got to keep it trim, especially when summer's just around the corner. What about you, Neil?
In the process. Pop, pop.
There you go. There's that classic ABA that we love so much. For my part, I just mixed some bourbon with a Monster Energy drink to make my own Four Loko. It's a horrible idea. Ooh.
So now that we've consumed our beverages, we discussed the past, we're looking towards the present tonight. Who is going to defend China tonight? And who is going to defend China
tonight? That would be Pat defending China, the dying red nation, and then Neil defending the dead wrestler with the enlarged clitoris. Are you two gentlemen ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Who won the coin toss?
That would be Pat. So Pat will start us off with his first 3-minute salvo. Pat, are you ready?
I am ready.
Then you may begin.
Yes. Okay. Well, first of all, I need to specify that I got into a little bit of money trouble since the last RAWHAHA, and Big China actually helped me out a lot, and I owe quite a bit of debt of gratitude to Big China. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. And China is not dead. China's coming back strong. Today, China is a common term used to describe all dinnerware. At the beginning, the term was originated in Europe as a synonym to porcelain that came from China. The high-end fine chinaware made of porcelain is recognized in modern time as fine porcelain, fine china, and bone china. It originated in China as early as 1600 BC during the Shang Dynasty. In the European continent, the craft is fairly recent, early 18th century, and in Italy, it originated during the Medici era, which is the 16th century. Many people have tried to copy China from China. It is simply not as good as China from China. This is made very popular in China during the Shang Dynasty, and the name China is a tribute to the population who first made the chinaware out of porcelain. As for bone china, it is called this way for the reason that real bone ash is used in the process.
All right, it's got a little wild in here. The contestants have literally, Pat threw himself out of the ring somehow. An unbelievable first turn of events. We're going to pause that clock for Pat. We're going to put the pin in it right there at bone ash. I think bone ash is the key phrase that we were all listening to. When he first threw that bone ash there, I got worried for Neil. I'm going to be honest. How about you, James?
I've been doing a shot every time I hear the word China, so I'm good to go on this entire end. Everything is fine for me.
I don't understand what the controversy is.
All right, and we're gonna go back to Pat and his first round defense. Pat, you've got a minute 20 seconds left on the clock.
20 seconds, good, because I want to get into buying Chinaware is no simple matter. Whether it is our first China set or not, it's inconsequential. The decision process is important. We need to be clear on what we want and what we need. What are my needs? Is it for everyday use, casual meals, or formal special occasions and holidays? Any type of china is good for China. Are we looking for classic, elegant formal wear or more of a modern Zen style? Fine china, bone china, or porcelain earthenware, possibly stoneware china? How many settings are we looking to buy? For 12 people or 8? Are we buying individual place settings for the china? 5 pieces, 4 pieces, 3 pieces per setting? Is a dishwasher and microwave safe a must? All these questions need to be answered when you're buying your China, preferably from China, not Italy or those bastards from Germany. I'd like to now get into silverware choices if I have the time.
All right, we'll call it there. There we go. Pat Wozniak with the first round. Wow.
Powerful.
What do you think?
I think he came in very strong. I'm actually surprised that he went that hard in the first round. But due to the fact that these two guys know each other, they know what they're capable of. I'm actually very impressed with the tenacious onslaught of nonstop information that he just threw at us, and it's going to be very difficult, I think, for Neil to counterattack in this first round. This is just round one. They still have two more left. If I'm not, if we're following the rules, and all hell doesn't completely break loose. But
and there's been no indication that all hell might break loose even yet. So
not yet.
Geez, I can't even speak anymore. This is off to a great start. What do we say? We throw it to Neil and let Neil defend China, the professional wrestler. Neil, are you ready?
I am ready.
Neil, you have 3 minutes on the clock. And you understand that you must stay in the ring during your entire round, correct?
Yes, it might not happen.
I know nothing. You can never tell what's going to happen on RAWHAHA. Neil, it is your time. Go.
All right, enough about China and their China and China. I'm here to talk about China and against China. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, he's going against China, the country. Is he going to mention it? Is he going to bring it up? Yeah, I'm going to bring it up. The 2008 Beijing Olympics. That's right. Really, China? You need all those drummers? What are you overcompensating for? I think we all know. Anyway, on to China.
Oh, God, Pat has jumped out of the ring again. We're going to go ahead and pause the clock. Oh, we can't keep Pat in one place. James, what are you doing over there? Oh, thank God. James is back here with me.
I feel like I need to step in and break it up.
Yeah, just getting a little too close. I mean, we got to get some glove-to-glove contact here, guys. Let's show a little respect. All right, let's. It was a hot take. It was a hot point.
I missed human contact.
He was too hot.
It was too hot.
I missed human contact for the last month. I decided to go up in there.
All right, well, we all got to stay in our seats. So far, I'm the only one who can stay in one spot. Are we ready to continue this match?
How much time I got left?
You've got 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
All right, I got it. Yeah. No, I got this.
All right, you just filibustered for 15 seconds.
Oh shit! Oh, we're on. All right.
We sure are.
And all right, so on to China. She was a founding member of D-Generation X. Yes, that D-Generation X. The one that made "suck it" a household phrase.
I thought that was my dad, but go on.
No, that's who you heard it from first. It originated from Shawn Michael and company including China.
Uh-huh.
So
just a reminder, Neil, you got a minute and a half left.
So you want to talk about dynasties, China? You want to talk about D-Generation X? What do you got that can compare to that? The Qin dynasty? How did that end? I don't know. I'll be honest, I didn't do a lot of research for this.
All right, it seems like Neil's calling it. Neil, are you calling it?
No.
Oh, no, okay, go on.
Because I'm also saying that D-Generation X is still a company. Still going strong, unlike the stupid Qin dynasty, the fucking losers. So that's it, yeah.
Okay.
Is that it? He's finished.
That was it.
Wow.
Woo! Lightning round.
Powerful beginning.
Holy shit. It's going to be hard for the rest of the show to follow that. I mean, right there, we got to clean up the stage already. The Beijing Olympics going to bring that up? You're going to use that against the Chinese people in this, their most desperate hour? It just seems like we promised no holds barred, but there should be some bars held.
You're talking to an alley beer assassin.
I know. I'm talking past an alley beer assassin, it feels like oftentimes.
All right, Jacob.
That was a hell of a round. Do you have any takes on it, James?
Well, let's see here. I don't want to give away too much, but I do think that Pat definitely came in stronger. However, there's still two rounds left, and this is where the gloves come off.
I agree. Let's go ahead. Let's go back to Pat. Pat, you've got your 2 minutes on the clock to defend China. The holds all of your debt nation, it sounds like, and their porcelain dynasties. Are you ready?
I'm absolutely ready, Jacob. I'm ready.
Then you may begin.
All right. I would first like to start by saying I agree with Neil that the Qing dynasty is hot garbage. 100% agree with you, Neil. This is a more important thing. I'm going to teach you how to look for consistency and evaluate the quality of your China sets. A complete set is often worth more than a single piece. However, different pieces have similar patterns, can often be mistaken for as part of a set. Most sets are unusually consistent throughout, including similar borders, corner work, shape, and patterns. The glaze and construction of China are also a good way of demonstrating quality. Glaze should be bubbled or cracked. Fuck. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass China. The glaze construction should not be bubbled or cracked. I didn't mean. I'm sorry, China. I'd like to apologize to Big China, and I'll just keep it moving. You really want to start looking for a stamp or a watermark. That's another good sign. This is from Crate and Barrel. That's always an easiest way to identify the manufacturer of your China dinnerware. Although in many cases, stamps have faded or become illegible. Once you know the manufacturer, you can look up approximate value of the piece online. The back marker stamp is usually found on the bottom of the dinnerware. Look for marking that is painted, impressed, or stamped on the piece of china. Now I'd like to get into the use of historical trends to your advantage. Certain designs...
How much time is he have left?
He's got 15 seconds.
Certain designs were more popular than others historically. For example, dinnerware from 1900 to 1920 frequently had floral patterns featuring violets, pastel colors, and other rimmed with shaped edges.
And that is time. That is time.
That was a mighty fine argument.
That is another great showing, but I am going to have to be honest, going to lose some points for that misstep in the middle there. You just can't have
Neil,
a misstep
ready?
Like that in a big show like this.
I am ready.
Neil, you have your 2 minutes to come in and defend China the wrestler. You may begin now.
All right. First of all, Pat's not fooling anyone with that weak-ass China. Got that at Ross.
Wow.
Yeah. That was nice, though. I like that. Anyway, back to China. Not China, but China.
Mm-hmm.
The one I'm defending. So, on top of being a heavyweight, a fucking champion like myself, she decides that she's going to spread her talents elsewhere and go to porn.
Ooh.
Yeah. And, like, even though everyone said, like, we don't want to see that, why would you put that out? She defied them and said, no, I'm going to put it out.
Neil, it feels like you're only talking to me. You got to talk to the whole room. James, come back out of the ring. Let Neil get back where he belongs. All right, Pat. Hey, all right. We cycled through everyone, even the mystery man in the corner. Do not talk to the wizard when he's not on duty. Pat, Neil, we're going to go back. We're going to reset your clock. We're giving you the extra 20 seconds back. Neil, you may resume now.
Okay. And yeah, and sure, it didn't have the most clever title. A Night in China, clearly a ripoff of A Night in Paris, which had just come out a few years previous to that. Sure, she could have gone with a better title like Great Balls in China or Massacre at Tiananmen Square. But no, even after that, even after she released it, and everyone's like, why are you releasing that? We don't want to see more. She's like, no, I'm gonna release more. And she did
What?
5 more pornos that no one asked for. Yes, including Backdoor to China, which doesn't even make sense. Or it might. I don't. Again, I didn't do a lot of research for this. But anyway, she is. I don't think it's going too far to say that she was the Rosa Parks of her time, and that she's an inspiration to large, ghoulish Amazonian women everywhere.
And that is a perfect end note. That is the end of your time, Neil. I will say I had the original VHS set, and the tag on the box still works. A night in China, especially these days, will take your breath away. Pat, are you ready for your 1 minute?
I'm ready for my 1 minute.
Your final statement. This is it. This is it for the rounds. Let's begin with Pat with 1 minute defending China, the nation.
Again, the beauty of buying fine china, fine porcelain, or bone china is that refined, delicate look may insulate your fridge, but to the contrary, they are the highest and strongest quality glassware, chinaware. Do not forget to buy the matching serving wares and complete your set. The fine china, porcelain, or bone china is more expensive than the earthen and stone dinnerware. Also, I'd like to throw out China, fine china, has lasted in America for centuries, and they're not going to be printing pictures of this bullshit wrestler on plates for the next 100 years. She was a flash in the pan. She's got nothing to do with fine china, and I don't support her. It's my closing statement, and I'll leave it to my alley beer assassin brother to retort.
There you go. Very nice. Very powerful. Neil, are you ready?
Very classy. Very powerful. Very classy.
Yeah, really, two seasoned combatants of the stage, and it shows. Right, Neil?
Correct.
All right, Neil, you've got 1 minute on the clock. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Then you may begin.
All right, guys. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. At the end of the day, China's to blame. They're taking bubble wrap and they're filling it with coronavirus air, and they are shipping it to the U.S. where it is then popped because they know we cannot resist popping it, and it is releasing coronavirus into the air. And China, the wrestler, would never do something like that. In fact, she's doing the exact opposite. She's dead. She is not spreading it to anyone. Unlike China, the country is.
But you have no word for China.
Oh my God. Pat and Neil switching places again. This has been an exciting round. Back with the China. It's that was the end of time anyways. That was a hell of an ending. I mean, you do have to say, at the end of the round, no matter what Neil's performance has been, forcing us all into a global quarantine is a pretty big detriment to what's going on.
I really think Neil pulled away at the end with that last round at least. But we'll see our scorecards match up accordingly. Jacob, are you ready to reveal?
Yeah, I think, you have to judge these fights in the totality, not just in the sort of stage hopping antics that go on during them. And though Neil had a very strong finish, I think you and I can both agree this bout has to go to Patrick Nowazek.
Give it up, everybody.
Showered in applause. It feels great, guys. Feels great. Just to hear those fans roar right now. It's amazing.
That's right. Pat Nowazek walks away as the winner of the first round in our first online RAWHAHA. One of what will doubtlessly be many, almost nightly competitions based on the way things are going.
Smooth sailing for here, and probably indication of the entire rest of the country opening up in probably, I don't know, a week.
Absolutely. I mean, you would think we were both in the yacht club at Yale because this has been nothing but unchoppy waters. And I'm loving it. James, what did you think of our first round? Truthfully, now that it's just you and I here.
I noticed that the quarantine hasn't severely affected Pat Nowazik's ability to throw some of the most deadliest counters in the entire history of RAWHAHA I've seen, and I feel like it's actually improved his ability as a joke warrior. So I'm thoroughly impressed, and I'm very glad to see people taking this unfortunate situation and elevating themselves as competitors to be feared by all the rest of these other joke warriors in the entire federation.
Yeah, and for Neil's part, I've got to say, I'm just excited to see that now that we've all been locked down and under quarantine, how much he can actually do once he's got a full night of sleep. I mean, the old Neil on stage used to be languid, and now he's jumping all over the place. He's a little sprite. It's fun to see the fire giant coming out and acting like a fire pixie, if you know what I mean.
We all know what you mean, Jacob. And what can we expect now from our second round, our second bill here tonight?
That's right. Our second round is going to be something that's near and dear to everybody's heart. And I hope everyone at home went out and bought ammo, because our second match is rioters versus looters, or looters versus rioting, looting, rioting. Take the verb, take the noun, take whatever form of it you want. But the important thing to remember is our two contestants are now coming out to the stage. Please give it up, everybody, for Jason Custerer and Alex Castaigne. Hey, look at them.
Wow, they look like they beefed up during this quarantine for sure.
I've lost a lot of weight.
That's right, baby. Cornfed.
That's right. We've got Castaigne over here. He's defending looting. And we've got Custerer, who's defending rioting. It looks like, to me, James, Alex should loot Custerer's place for some proper lighting.
That's right, baby. Only the finest LEDs.
Now, Jacob, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't these two guys used to be in a tag team together, known as the Missionary Boys?
I believe you are correct, although I'm not 100% sure, and I'd rather throw that question back to them.
That is correct. We were in a tag team called Missionary Boys, and we were faithful to God until he betrayed us with the Chinese virus.
And now they are fighting.
That is truly a spooky ghost story. Thank you.
Fuck you, God.
All right, let's get a little. Oh, look, they still drink on cue together. Let's get a little demographic and biographic information here. Why don't we start with our man defending rioters? Why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Well, look, you know, I'm internet famous. Most of you guys already know me. My name is Jason Custerer. You guys know me from the internet. You know, I got the hottest Twitter feed right now. I got, you know, the dopest outfits. I got the coolest, the most expensive sunglasses.
Fat.
Yeah, I'm just like a cool guy, and I'm ready to fucking defend rioting against this foreigner, undercover foreigner.
All right, let's throw to our other contestant, the one defending looters. What have you got to say for yourself?
First of all, I'd like to say how nice it is to be with my friends today. I'm really glad to be with all of you guys. I missed all of you very much. Today was my first day of quarantine, and it was not good. So tomorrow I am going back to work, and I'm going outside, doing what I have to do. And yeah, that's about it. I'm not fat, and I feel great.
All right, we've got the...
Also, free Israel. Thank you very much.
There you go.
Yeah.
Using his platform for a political statement.
For evil?
For
evil.
To get Gal Gadot's sweet little puss. How about that?
Well, there you go, guys. The crowd seems to like it. The audience is loving it.
Yeah, they are. Well, I wasn't in until I heard Gal Gadot's sweet little puss, and then I thought to myself, that's Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she is wonderful. I do agree. Because of her politics. That's it.
All right. Let's get this thing started. let's go ahead. We're gonna start. It's the coin toss was won by Custer, so that means Rioters will be
Always on
starting
my
us off.
side.
Custer,
weird,
are you
Mike.
ready?
Yes, I am. It's weird that money didn't work out for Alex for once in his fucking life.
Well, if instead of shekels, he had brought us Gal Gadot's sweet little puss, we might have turned this coin toss around. But instead, it goes to Custer. So, Custer, are you ready to begin?
I am very ready.
Then you got 3 minutes on the clock. Begin.
When it comes to rioting versus looting, rioting is a civic duty to rise up against authoritarians. Looting is petty theft. It's a simple crime. You're a coward. Rioting is badass, dude. Civil disobedience at its finest. You take a big fucking piece of cinder block and you throw it through the windshield of a car. That's what greater freedom do you have in life? Whereas looting, you are stealing from people. Thomas Locke said, life, liberty, and property. You're alive. You are smashing a cop car with a cinder block and then lighting it on fire, but you're not stealing anything because you respect other people's property. Do you understand what I'm saying? Well, let me give you some historical examples of awesome riots that involve no looting whatsoever. The Boston Tea Party. Do you remember that? That was a great riot. Liberate Virginia just this past week. We fucking rioted. We burned down the Capitol building and nobody stole anything. Rioting is clearly the superior form of civil disobedience. Give you a couple quotes here from Martin Luther King Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. One has a moral responsibility to disobey unjust laws, like making us wear masks in public. Disobedience is the true foundation of liberty. The obedient must be slaves. That's Henry David Thoreau. He does not want us to live in this government prison. Civil disobedience becomes a sacred duty when the state becomes lawless or corrupt. That's Mahatma Gandhi. We need to rise up against these looters because they're stealing things from people, and stealing is wrong. The Bible says so. How much time do I have?
You've got a full minute left on the clock.
Turn it over to the room.
So some
Why
more
don't you just
examples.
flex?
Prison riots are dope. Burning the eyes out of fucking prison guards. Sports riots. Hooliganism is awesome. Killing people with stampedes, human stampedes, is dope. But you don't steal anything from the gift shop because people have to make money. Do you understand? The Zoot Suit riots. People made fun of somebody's suit one time, and he got so mad that he burned down a whole city. But he didn't steal another suit. This is what this is all about. Rodney King. Rodney King, the most sacred of all riots. Nobody stole anything during that. Looting is wrong.
And that is time. Strong performance right out the gate by Mr. Customer there. You don't often get a combatant that references pro-Nazi politician Mahatma Gandhi and the Michael Jackson. I've tripped myself up. Black or white video in one take.
Michael Jackson.
Look at him, and look at him. He's figured out a way to mold his fat into muscles, so we all feel intimidated.
That's right, baby.
I'm
Well,
pretty
that's
sure
good.
a semi-truck was stolen during the Rodney King riots, as well as my innocence. Guys, that was a spectacular first round, and I can't wait to see what Mr. Castaigne, who looks like he's about to tell us some horrific news.
Can I say one more thing?
Oh, actually, you know what? I just increased the point by 1 score.
I just deduct the points by 420. Next, we got Alex coming up here.
Yeah, talk about a green screen. Am I right, fellas?
It is 420.
That's right. Blaze it, everybody.
Yeah.
Castaigne,
I
are
took
you
a lot
ready?
of pills today. A lot of pills. Listen.
You're supposed to. It's a yes or no question. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. 3 minutes on the clock. You can begin now.
Listen to me. Looting is the American way of protesting natural disasters. Okay? There has never been another Hurricane Katrina since we looted after it. Okay? Rodney King died in celebrity rehab. Why? Because rioting did nothing for him. What did looting do? It beat a hurricane. And I think he could do a lot more. Also, looting is better than rioting. Why? Because for looting, you don't need a reason. There is nothing gayer in this world than caring about something. And for riots, you have to care. Your hockey team has to lose. Guns N' Roses has to not go on. Or the cops have to do their job for you to get upset. Looting, you could go, I feel like having a TV today, and then you get a fucking TV. God damn it. In short, looting is Black Friday for the impoverished. Capiche? Rioting is temper tantrums for people who are lonely and want an identity. That's it. How much time do I have?
That really was in short. You've got a full minute, 45 seconds left of your 3-minute round.
Nothing to say about looting, bro. It's just rioting.
Looting, okay. Here, you want to hear? No. Looting is what the pirates did. The pirates looted. You know who riots?
Who?
Retards. Thank you. That's
all right. Hey,
Wow.
That's the end of the first round. James, what do you think about what we saw?
Well, I wish I was getting bashed in the face with a brick instead of seeing what I just saw, Jacob.
I got to tell you, my humble estimation started off amazingly strong and then quit a minute and 15 seconds into it. So that is going to reflect on the points.
Boy, I forgot how time works. Whew. Oh boy.
It is at 4:20, huh, pal? Let's move on. Let's move to our next round. 2 whole minutes. And Castaigne, you might want to watch and time this out so you know what to expect. Custer, are you ready?
I am so ready.
Then you may begin now.
So Castaigne brought up pirates. Pirates. Stealing other people's booty is rape, Alex. That is a crime. Also, really fun fact about looting, pillage is illegal under the Geneva Convention. It's a war crime. Rioting is badass. You get to set a Starbucks on fire. You get to rip an ATM out, but you don't take any of the money because that shit that's sacred. Money is a big deal, but you smash a window, that's insured. Also, you know who else were looters? Grave robbers. And you know what they got? Karma. Every person who was involved in Tutankhamun's grave robbing died under mysterious circumstances. God is still real. Fuck looters.
And you've got a full 50 seconds left on the clock there.
Let's just go back over.
Do the joke about how fat you've gotten.
I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about how looting will only lead to more expensive shit for the rest of us. Like, nobody's stealing from oil fields, so gas is super cheap right now. Nobody's stealing from RAWHAHA because everyone's scared to go to jail because of the coronavirus and we're all going to die.
All right, we're going to call this one. There you go.
Round two.
So
That's the
did I win?
end of that round.
I won.
To be determined yet. And just for the folks at home, remember, the curse of Tutankhamun was explained by fungal spores. Fungal spores in your lungs before China even existed. Moving on. Alex, are you ready to begin your good? God,
Yeah.
I can't get this fucking thing to stop ticking.
Yeah. I have a couple things I want to address. First of
All right, well, you just
Do you
hold
want
on
to
a
use your
second.
time? Do you want to use the round to address it? Or is this a separate?
It's up to you guys if you want to time me when I say
We've
some
had so
truth.
much material so far.
All right, here we go. Boy, it is getting to be really contentious between these two. You might think they were a couple of kitty cats the way they're going at each other.
Yeah.
I think he's ready to begin. All right, here we go. round 2.
Begin.
Alex.
Okay, first of all, Custer opened up his set by saying looting is a war crime when everyone knows I opened up my set promoting Israel. So I do not care about war crimes. Second, Jason also said it is bad to throw a brick through a cop's window. So second, Custer is pro-cop, okay? That's what I'm saying. He is pro-cop, but also somehow pro-Rodney King. And those two cannot coexist. The cell phone video showed that. Second, okay, 1992, imagine it, okay? Kurt Cobain is just buying a shotgun. It's just in his fucking mind, all right? The world is about to see a whole new era of good music once he takes away his life. Listen, then Metallica and Guns N' Roses are playing a joint headlining show. Metallica goes on, killer set, right after the Black Album came out, nothing but the hits. Then they go backstage. James Hetfield, singer of Metallica, goes, Axl, are you ready to go on? Axl said, no, my throat hurts. And then they did not go on. And what happened? A riot ensued. This is how much of the R word that rioters are. They protested not being able to see fat Axl Rose on stage. Does that make sense? If someone told me I did not have to see Axl Rose eat a burrito on stage while Slash was nodding off, I would be celebrating in the streets. What did these stupid idiots do? They flipped over cars. And they do damage without any personal gain. If I flip a car, I'm stealing the CDs inside. If I break a window, I'm taking everything that's inside. These guys don't know how to leverage. They don't know how to leverage. Why is that? Because
oh my God, look at it. And that was the end of your time anyways.
I did 2 minutes?
You did 2
You
minutes.
did 2 minutes.
Let's get a round of applause for the big boy there. Get the whole 2 minutes. And it wasn't obvious at all that half of the things you talked about happened before you were even born.
It's like a history lesson here tonight.
That's right. I do have to take points off of that round, though. I believe you said that if you didn't have to watch a fat Axl Rose eat a burrito and Slash nod off on stage, you would be, quote...
Tom is trying to shut me up, and I won't let it happen. I won't let it happen. I was out, and now I'm back.
You would be, quote, celebrating in the streets, which I believe the word for that is rioting.
No.
If you remember when VCU went to the Final Four, that's what we called it. All right, let's move on to our final round. Unless, James, do you have anything to say?
I'm going to deduct points now every time that we do a round and I don't hear anything about Quiet Riot. That's all I'm going on.
That's my closer. That was my closer. And then you...
Yeah, that was also my closer, too. Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? Kevin Dubrow would be proud. Let's all take a moment and have a bit of silence for Kevin Dubrow.
Come on, feel the boys.
I said have a moment of silence, you disrespectful piece of shit. Okay, well, he may have a face like an alligator, but he's no longer with us. Let's move on to our final statements. This is going first back to, very nice, to our combatant, Custer. Custer, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Wait, hold on. Have y'all been okay? Like, are you guys doing okay? Like, do you need anything, like food or like booze or?
No, I feel fine. I just mixed some more Monster energy drink with bourbon, and it tastes awful.
Okay, cool.
Oh God, this
All right, well, yeah, okay.
energy. Right. Oh fuck.
All right, are we gone? Ooh.
Yeah, you're good. You're ready to go. Ew. Come on. We're trying not to get kicked off YouTube. Oh, actually, I think we should wait just a minute. We're having a bit of a technical issue. And, oh, it looks like Castaigne has won somehow. I don't think that's right.
Oh, that's a bummer. Well, I'm co-host now. What's up, YouTube?
You bring the weaponry. All right, let's just take a minute and have a conversation about monetary policy. Now, if you are me, you're very concerned about the outsized role that the Federal Reserve is playing in our current attempts to tackle the coronavirus issue. But there are other people who believe that money can be printed up and come from nowhere. All right, throw in a haymaker. I've been told from the booth. They apparently the people in the booth don't want me talking about the Fed. How suspicious. Is this not the same thing that happened to Ron Paul in 2012? This is a long haymaker. Hey, look look who it is. It's the Relaxer, our reigning champion. Coming in, I guess, to help me judge this last round.
I was excited to see you talk about monetary policy.
Well, I got told by the booth not to do it. People got riled up, though. I can see why. Look, we got shirtless, gun-toting Americans out there in the street. That's why Ron Paul didn't win. But anyways.
Y'all heard about Waco? Y'all heard about Waco? Attica!
Yes, Waco, the famous incident where the United States government burnt children to death because 2 FBI informants got over their skis. Are we ready?
Attica. Attica.
Can I say
That's a
something?
town in New York.
Can I say something, Jacob? Can I say something?
Sure.
Okay, Janet Reno, you still have blood on your goddamn hands for those children. That's your fault, goddammit.
That's right.
Janet Reno's an innocent man.
She did blame the man with the one leg, and it was fascinating to see how that played out.
It was fascinating, but it was not the correct follow-up, in my opinion, to what happened at Ruby Ridge.
This looks like a reunion of everyone banned from chat roulette.
No, this camera is pointed way higher than it used to be when I was on chat roulette. Let's move
Me too.
on. Let's go
Chat
down.
roulette's more like
That line got no love, but in the comments, I do believe I will be vindicated.
That's how I get myself through all of these shows, too. I think later on, somehow I'll be vindicated. Let's move on and go. Let's do our final round. Custer, are you ready?
I'm born ready.
Hell yeah, baby. You are starting your time now.
Custer, what does that say in your glasses? Child what?
All right, I'm going to restart your time now.
Thank you.
And you may start your time now.
Can we just like address something? Like these two topics are extremely similar, but I feel like you can't have looting without a riot first. Like looting doesn't exist without a riot. Like looting on its own is just robbery. That's what they're robbing people. What's happening?
You need to keep doing your portion of the show. Let's go.
You can't loot without a riot happening first.
I'm going to add 20 seconds to your clock. Keep it going.
A store has to be broken into with a fucking brick, which I got this from the 1997 Short Pump riots, the race riots in Short Pump. You can't start looting until something has been broken or somebody shoots out a window. This is what you need, guys. Take this, and we need to go to the streets and change things. Rioting is better than looting. Please don't steal anything. My dad has a big department store concern. Thank you so much.
All right, and that is the end of your round, Custer. I am going to have to subtract some points for dry firing that pistol. That is not a good look, and it's not recommended by the NRA.
No, it's dangerous on all accounts.
That
James,
is
you look
true.
different.
What's that?
James, you look different.
Yes, James is
I've gained some weight.
Yeah, this is what it looks like in every single Where Are They Now behind the music.
James has done what every Cuban American dreams of doing, and he's upgraded to white.
Nice, dude. Well done.
All right, I think James is going to rejoin us, but the Relaxer, it's so good to see you. We enjoyed having you here. We'll see you again soon. Our rating champion, everybody. Give him a round of applause.
Boo, fuck you, man.
All right, it's a combination. There's a lot going on here. A lot of people don't give me credit for being a straight man, and it's harder than it looks, folks. Here we go. We got James back. James.
Oh, are we back? Wow.
Yeah, we are. You caught that last round, right?
Oh, I caught it, and I'm passing it on to others who are 6 feet away from me. Let me tell you that.
That's right. There are no masks allowed here in the RAWHAHA arena, but that's because...
No masks. Hey, Jacob, why don't you open your mouth and let me cough on you? Here, come on. No, turn the other way. Ready?
That felt good.
Now shotgun it back. No, never mind. Here we go.
No, I'll do it. You ready?
Are we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. You ready?
Yeah. And
We're
that's
the last of the philosophers.
That's how we survive this, guys.
This is where masculinity is still king. This is not a, women, etc., yada, 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 don't get married. Moving on. Let's go to Alex Castaigne for his final minute. Alex, are you ready? Defending looters.
Not yet.
Okay, should we give you a couple more minutes to get ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Hey, James, you want to catch a few more coughs?
I think I'm
ready.
catching something just by staring at Alex Castaigne's bare chest right now.
Dude, that actually might be true. I got great news today. I am what they call an asymptomatic carrier of coronavirus, so I can pretty much go anywhere and be okay.
That's exactly what that means.
Yeah.
I didn't know coronavirus made you lose all your chest hair. I thought you were an adult man. Let's
I had some
begin your round.
hair. The other was lost in a fire. I would also like to say Jason is not legally allowed to own a gun. Google Tommy the Dog 2018, please.
You're wrong. I bought new records.
Is he talking about criminal records? We'll never know. All right, I think we're ready for a final.
I thought he just had a new copy of Led Zeppelin 4. All right, Castaigne, are you ready?
Overrated album, Stairway to Heaven.
Jesus Christ, Castaigne, you got 1 minute on the clock. Are you ready?
Okay, ready?
He's bulking up.
Still has a minute.
He hasn't started the minute yet. All right, the Jewish Edward Norton, your time begins now.
June 29th. I gotta get in shape. Too much sitting has ruined my body. Too much abuse has gone on for too long. From now on, there will be 50 push-ups each morning, 50 pull-ups. There will be no more pills, no more bad food, no more destroyers of my body. From now on, will be total organization. Every muscle must be tight. You know who said that? Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver. You know what else Robert De Niro said in the closing line of Taxi Driver, one of the greatest movies ever made, Martin Scorsese?
What?
He said, pirates looted. You know who rioted? Gay retards. Thank you, guys.
All right, well, I guess that's the end of...
Y'all should get a mute button on this thing.
We should do a lot of things on this thing, I think.
I will not be canceled. I will not allow myself to be canceled.
All right. We've gone back and forth. James and I have discussed, we've compared our scorecards, and I think the answer on this one is very clear. Tonight's winner of this, actually the smoother of the two rounds, is going to be Rioters with Jason Custerer.
Yeah, baby!
I think the only advice I would give our failed contestant here.
What do you have to say for yourself, Jason?
Oh, that's probably actually why you're not allowed to own firearms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that time you got drunk. But listen, the point is, this has been a real wild show so far. And thank you, Custerer and Alex.
My pleasure.
All right, get rid of him. Get him out of here. It is time for us to go to our final round, the championship round. This is the one that, honestly, as people involved in the production of this event, we thought would actually be good. So we're excited to see what happens next. Would you say that's true, James?
Absolutely. We got some newer veterans, if that's possible. Uh-oh, here we go. He's already in.
He's back in the ring. It's our current champion, the Relaxer. Relaxer, how you doing?
I'm great, man.
He's getting a little 420 going there. You know,
What is he doing there? Is he sucking bong? And is he doing inhalants? What is it?
This is just some CBD, baby. Just help me to chill and mellow my ass out, okay?
Relaxer, I do have to ask, there is a current, it's a global pandemic that causes respiratory issues. Are you sure that's a good idea?
What now?
There's a whole thing going on. They call it the Wu flu, and it affects people who have dirty lungs.
Oh, dirty lungs. I knew a guy named Dirty Lung when I was in high school. He used to run an auto shop out on Broad Street. You ever meet him? Do you know Dirty Long?
Yeah, he
Well-
gave you free inspections for $20.
That's right. And his dad would inspect me in a different way in the shed.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh, I can see why the relaxer is so chill. He got those massages early.
Yeah.
Also, coming
I
up
learned-
against our. Go ahead.
Sorry, I learned that all young boys have a cloaca. It's a place where you both poo and pee and your eggs come from.
I'm not sure that is true, but we live in interesting times where not even the scientists know what's going on. But we have another contestant in the ring, a challenger here to face off against our reigning champion. Let's go to him. Let's hear a little more. What do you have to say, challenger?
Hello, thank you for having me. My name is Pika Chilinsky from the local 347 Dock Workers Union. I have been in the waiting room for 2 hours, hence why I am anti-Medicare for all. Long wait times. Yeah, I'm pretty upset, but I'm here to win, apparently, this contest. You can just call me Pikachu. We changed the name when we came over through Ellis Isle because we're fucking Americans. So let's go. Let's do this thing. I'm ready for the fucking relaxer. Let's go.
All right. Well, hey, in these days, you have to respect a strong union, man. Pikachu Lewinsky. It's named after the woman who sucked the president's dick, if I do understand that correctly.
Absolutely. A real patriot and a true American hero.
These two combatants tonight are debating maybe the most relevant topic that has ever come across the RAWHAHA stage. James, would you agree with that?
Absolutely. But Jacob, I don't know. I feel like my money tonight is definitely on the relaxer.
Hey!
I've got to say I disagree with you, James. If we're doing our picks, Pika Chilinsky, he's got that union support. He's from the streets. He's actually been out there. If you look at the relaxer, you can tell he's getting a little soft. He's been the champ for too long. Taking a bong hit right before his match. I don't know if a young relaxer would do that.
I like that cockiness. I like that attitude, and I would never ever put that hat on my head, but it looks good on him. So,
well, I think we can both agree that these two fierce competitors really showcase that RAWHAHA spirit. James, do you mind if I introduce what tonight's topic these two will be debating is?
Oh, please do, Jacob. Tell us what we're going to be hearing tonight.
I will, and hopefully at some point our ring girl can get off her fat ass and go change that card. Tonight's topic, tonight's big debate is going to be the relaxer defending Amazon.com, which is providing all the goods and services that we need during this lockdown time, versus Pika Chilinsky defending the actual Amazon, where dozens of new plants and undiscovered species live, which may provide cures for new diseases and the diseases we're suffering from now, if only it's still there tomorrow.
Oh boy.
So, I think Pika Chilinsky just figured out that is not the route they took with their defense.
Oh, well, you know, I'm a little concerned because I thought I was defending A. Mason's Wings down on 35th. I was incorrect.
Well, we are here, and we are going to have to do the best we can with what we've got. Isn't that right, James?
You got to check out A.
Absolutely.
You got to check it out. A. Mason's half off boneless Tuesdays. They just call them nuggets.
One of our sponsors is A. Mason Wings tonight. Like, give a shout out to them. Our essential workers still killing it and grilling it on the line for you all night. If you're going to order takeout tonight, please get delivery from A. Mason Wings.
That's true. And not one of our sponsors tonight, Monster Ultraviolet Zero Calorie with bourbon. It's awful. God, that really sucks. All right, we had 3 minutes on the clock. The coin toss was won by the challenger, Pika Chilinsky. Pika Chilinsky, are you ready for your 3 minutes?
Yeah, we're as ready as we're going to be, baby. Let's go.
Jesus, fuck. All right, your time begins now.
Well, let's start out light. The Amazon is good. Amazon.com is bad. Now, we'll talk about that a little bit. All right, first of all, the Amazon, big, full of life. Amazon.com. All right, those factories, also big, not full of life, full of a lot of people that look like the relaxer, trying to make sure people get their fucking Trojan brand condoms 2 days. Okay, it's all right. Next, the Amazon is a rainforest. Amazon.com, I just got Pain Forest written down. I don't know, but we're gonna just go with that one. Got that written down. The Amazon is in South America. Amazon.com is based out of Seattle. No one cares how much rain they get there. We're talking about a different type of rain. The Amazon has the highest biodiversity on Earth. Amazon.com has the least diverse boardroom of all time. Okay, it's a lot of fucking dudes that look exactly, quite frankly, like the Relaxer. A lot of Relaxer and me, if we're gonna be honest. Up next, what do we got here? I know that the humidity and the warmth of the Amazon rainforest would be difficult of somebody like the Relaxers build, but for Pikachus like me, it's wonderful. It's the best place you can fucking be, actually. All right, now let's talk about the people in charge of the rainforest. Of Amazon.com. That is Jeff Bezos. I don't know if you know him, richest man on Earth. So rich that his wife left him, took half of his shit. He is still the richest man on Earth. You shouldn't have that much money. I've been told that rich people are bad. I've seen that on the television a lot lately. So I'm anti-rich people purely because of that. Also, Amazon.com dodges taxes. Okay, they're a bunch of tax dodgers, and I also do that. But quite frankly, Pikachulinski's not on fucking trial right now. Okay, we're talking about Jeff Bezos. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, Amazon Prime, more like Amazon Crime. Okay, that was one that I've been waiting to do that one for 2 minutes. Very excited. Also, it is 420. Who the fuck is getting high and watching Amazon.com documentaries? Nobody. Everybody on Earth that is watching this switched from Netflix, watching an Amazon documentary done by Richard Attenborough, talking about those beautiful, wonderful animals when they smoke up. Okay, all right, that's what I thought. Okay, I don't know what we're at time-wise, but
You got 30 seconds left.
Beautiful. I think I can stretch this one out. All right. The Amazon has Wonder Woman. Boom, bitch. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that. Amazon to Amazon, they're giant women that make you feel safe. An excellent movie. Quite frankly, the only female-led superhero film that's worth watching, at least with the sound on. But I'm pro Amazon woman. I'm pro the Amazon. I'm anti Jeff Bezos. And I think that I'm going to cede my several seconds left.
And that is it.
Yes!
That was time. You hit it
3 minutes,
exactly.
baby!
You hit it exactly.
Oh, no
All
one.
right.
Yeah, Pikachulinski knows when to clock in and clock out, baby. Never working a second more.
That is the union way. I gotta say, James, that was a hell of a round. I am not used to union guys giving two shits about diversity, so that was a surprise for me. Oh, hey, Relaxer.
I hate James. I'm here. James, he can hold a candle the way I talk. And frankly, you should put me here. I'll get back up there and take care of business. But I just wanted to showcase some more of my personality here in the booth with you, Jacob.
The problem is that James did join the announcers union, and now, oh my God, James is a woman. Hey, James, how are you? There's no sound coming in. Well, that's what they say. Women should be seen and not heard.
Oh, look who's back. Begging for more. The Relax is here.
All right. As we figure this out, I gotta say, my other issue with Pikachu Lewinsky's comments was I'm not sure I've seen a lot of CEOs or just basic corporate board members with rosacea or such cherubic cheeks. So that'll throw it off. And I appreciate the shout out to being against birth control. I think the Catholic Church is a vital resource in this time.
James, you look great.
Surprise! Hello, white people.
You look fantastic.
I know that it's hard to tell, but because we have the same curl pattern, but I'm Francesca. I'm taking over for James because he had to go, I don't know, put on a different cool pair of sunglasses.
What hardcore band were you in?
I was in The Lead.
Nice.
It was like a pencil-based hardcore band.
The Bled once a month. All right, folks, we're here doing these jokes. All right.
Yes, well, I just want to take the chance to apologize to the viewers. We knew this was an issue when we asked James to do this session. Those people love a good siesta. So we're going to move on to the Relaxer. Relaxer, are you ready for your 3 minutes?
What's that?
Are you ready for your 3 minutes?
I heard you. I was just fooling.
Oh, you got me, you old trickster, and that's why he's the best. Let's
I
get
don't know,
ready.
I don't know why we let a white guy be called the relaxer. He should be a nice black lady.
In my experience, having been to the DMV recently, they're not very relaxed.
I think that is a hair joke.
Oh, is it? Then I would have called that the Brazilian. Brazilian. Oh, I'm done.
We got a couple in the union.
That's good. That way you can report it to Elizabeth Warren.
God
Your
bless.
next round is 3 minutes long. Relaxer, are you ready?
I sure am.
And reminder, just because it seems like forever since we went over the rules,
Yeah.
you are defending Amazon.com.
Gotcha.
And your time begins now.
Well, most people nowadays want things quick. They want things easy, and they want things quick and easy. And you know, there's one place you can do that. That's Amazon.com. So when people get on their high horse about this and that, and about Jeff Bezos being the richest man in the world, and not paying taxes, and being a greedy man who has too much money, so much so that even if you have his money, he's still the richest man in the world. We've all heard these arguments. Truth of the matter is simple as this. They hate us because they ain't us. Okay? Jeff Bezos is the Tom Brady of companies. He's joining it all. And you don't like the fact that he's got a nice wife, a nice gig, and looks great doing it. On top of all that, he trolls Trump. I mean, come on. What more could you ask for from a man? Now, you may say things like, what about unions? Well, I can tell you right now, there's a great example to this side of me, of the man who's in a union, who barely puts in the time. You know, I got some resources telling me earlier today that Pikachu was hanging out by the docks, selling himself for just a burrito a pop. You think about that. The man who just argued against one of the most successful companies in the world was given hand jobs for a burrito at the loading docks earlier today in what seems to be a Pikachu costume. Now, I have looked into that as well. It turns out that is his skin, and for that, I'm sorry for making any accusations to imply he was not an actual Pikachu, but we had to know. We had the right to know. Now, you say, what about the Amazon? There's all these animals and la. Fuck that. I hate that. Have you ever been bit by a mosquito? It's like getting stabbed by a needle. I don't like needles, and you shouldn't either. Now, listen, people hate people who are successful, okay? People, they don't like the guy who played Thor, Christian Haydenson. They don't like Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon. They don't like O.J. Simpson, the near single-season Russian record holder. Okay, there's a lot of problems in the world, and you can't take them all out on Amazon, okay? Maybe if you pulled yourself up by your own bootstraps and relaxed every once in a while, it'd be a better place. But I'm not one to judge. I'm just one to tell you to chill. And the best way you can chill is by going to Amazon.com, getting a bunch of the high-quality grain alcohol substitute for cleaning your wounds. It's called medical-grade alcohol, rubbing alcohol. You get that, and then you buy about an ounce of cannabis. Then you take that alcohol and you pour it over your cannabis, okay? And you put that onto a Pyrex dish, very thin layer of that green juice. And you dry that out over a 2-day period. Then you got a bunch of nice things to scrape with a razor blade, and now you got yourself some hash, okay? Now you take that hash and you pack it up and you sell it to the kids nearest you because they'll pay top dollar for that. And once you have that money, you can go to Amazon.com and get all the food and fun toys you want.
And that is
Simple as
time.
That. No reason to hang on to me.
That is time. Wow. What a round. Fran, have you got anything to say?
All I wanted to know, and it was distracting, is I was like, if that's true, who's the John McEnroe of companies?
Oh, that's easy. That's Zappos.
Which is owned by Amazon.
Yeah, and John McEnroe is owned by Jeff Bezos. Look it up. Anytime Jeff Bezos calls him, he has to come.
Yeah.
Just on the substantive issues, I have to say, if it is true that Pikachu Linsky was out there on the loading docks giving hand jobs, as a shopper of Amazon.com, I am grateful that those drivers are coming to deliver my goods relaxed and with a clear head.
And probably faster too, right? It's all about the 2-day drive.
No.
Well,
What I do,
it depends on the technique if it's faster, but
what I do on my union mandated 45-minute lunch break is nobody's goddamn business.
This is his way of driving down production. It's been scientifically proven that after a man ejaculates, he's meant to nestle down and to claim his home. So basically, he's trying to slow down all the drivers. A cheap shot, and I'll tell you what, Amazon won't stand for it.
Well,
I think I agree with Foghorn Leghorn over here. Yeah.
All right.
What did you just call me?
Foghorn Leghorn or Kevin Spacey in House of Cards. Same thing.
Or Kevin Spacey in his house on a normal weekend.
You guys missed me. You missed me and you needed me. And I'm here now when you need me more than ever.
I don't know if I would be a young female commentator comparing someone to Kevin Spacey. It seems like that didn't work out for the first critic he ever faced. Let's move on to our second round. With just 2 minutes on the clock, we're going to go back to Pikachu Linsky. Pikachu Linsky defending the actual Amazon. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, you may begin now.
I just found out that I have been let go from the local 347 union of dock workers. I immediately accepted a job working for Amazon.com as a driver. And I have to say, working conditions not great. I have been driven to give multiple hand jobs to Jeff Bezos on a daily occurrence. But let's keep going to the things I like. First of all, Amazon.com makes shit content. Nothing good. Amazon Prime is trash. Every show on it is bad. They do not release how many people watch it because, you know, it's less than 10. All right, everything's all right. You want to watch a lady do stand-up? Okay, that sounds fun. Let's go do that. Oh, what decade is it? The 50s? I'm sure she's doing it and having a good time. All right.
I gotta mute my mic.
All right, moving on. Yeah. Oh, moving on to the next stage. The Amazon is the setting for multiple hit amazing pictures like Anaconda, that snake movie. Anaconda 2, the sequel to that snake movie. Anaconda 3, the third sequel in the production right now of that snake movie. Fitzcarraldo. Are you aware of Fitzcarraldo? Well, that's just a movie about a white man that tries to get a bunch of natives to move a boat on the other side of a mountain. All right? It's a pretty good movie. You should watch it. It's a pretty good movie, okay? Also,
Is that a Word It Hurt song, Joy?
I hope I'm getting those 3 seconds back. Moving on. I will tell you right now, let's talk about the movie that matters. I'm going to talk about something right now. I'm going to talk about a divorced man whose wife lived in the Amazon for 13 years. He traveled to the Amazon only to find out that she had had his son and did not tell him for 13 years. That man.
Don't do this.
That man.
Don't do it.
Starred in Jungle to Jungle, the greatest film from the Amazon of all time. Thank you.
That is time. Wow. Well, it might be obvious to the viewers, but that round got me. And to think, I started off immediately disagreeing with Pikachu Linsky. There's both 2 seasons of The Tick and The Boys on Amazon Prime, so. But Miss Maisel does suck. All right. Any thoughts, Fran? I seem to have disappeared, but just never happened before.
I just wanted to thank you, Jacob, for earlier calling me young. I thought that needed commentation. I feel like,
of course, I think I win the round. I agree.
Yeah, I think Jake wins over that. But no, just excellent. It made me feel, I don't know, it was hilarious, but also made me feel sweaty. So I feel like that's pretty high praise.
It's very hot in this car.
I'm a little worried about the whole air circulation situation.
I'm gonna roll the window down.
It does look like Ilhan Omar has a point, and maybe Amazon needs to pay more if you have to do this out of your car.
Like a little bit of a trapped dog situation.
Yeah, if you are walking along the street and you see Pikachu Linsky, call the police.
No, don't wait to call the police. Break the glass. They tell you you can break the glass to save a life.
Thank you.
That's right. The police are probably too busy getting people sunbathing. All right, you ready to move on? Relaxer, this is a fierce competition. It's been a while since you've been forced into a corner like this with such a fierce fighter. Are you ready for your round?
Yeah.
All right. Then you can begin now.
The Amazon. it's just a jungle to some, but to the smart people, it's a deadly place with contagious diseases. Do you know why we don't build houses in the Amazon? Because it's terrible. Do you know why no one goes down there to vacation? Because it's terrible. It's simply a terrible place to spend your time. Now, you're going to let a man try to sell you on it. I don't know if you have ever seen a movie called The Music Man, but in this movie, a man from out of town comes and sells a bunch of adults on music equipment and then skips town. Well, my friends, you got your Music Man. He's here to sell you on the Amazon, and I'll tell you why you shouldn't want the Amazon. Because it sucks. You know what movie sucks? Anaconda. You know what movie also sucks? Anaconda 2, The Reckoning. You know what movie is gonna suck? Anaconda 3, Cruise Control. You don't want any of that. Okay? Instead, you want Amazon.com, a place where you can watch great programs. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there was a film on Amazon.com called Hunt for the Skinwalker. That is a seminal piece of American history. It describes the Skinwalker Ranch, the most paranormal ranch ever investigated. And I, for one, have gleaned from that we live in a series of dimensions intersecting with one another. And what have I done with that information, you may ask, Mr. Pikachu? Well, I've learned to fucking relax. I took that info and I chilled the fuck out. I didn't get all on my high horse. I didn't give handjos for a goddamn hayride. And I certainly didn't badmouth Jeff Bezos. Your move, yellow man. And I mean that because of the...
Oh,
because you're a
wow, that is
Pikachu.
in
I don't
poor
know-
taste. We're going to go ahead and end that round there on account of racism. That is a bad move.
I didn't call him a celestial. I don't know why you're getting so upset about it.
Just because I have this thick Japanese accent makes you think you can call me Yellow Man.
Well, I do apologize. And before the show, I did say I was sorry for suggesting that you are from a different part of Japan than you are from. And I apologize for that.
He's clearly from the Kanto region. Now, I just want to make it clear to everyone who is watching that seminal actually has way less to do with secretions from the prostate than by strongly influencing later works or developments. So when he said it's a seminal movie, that is what he meant.
No,
I just wanted
there
to
is
make-
lots of cum in that movie. Like tons
Oh.
of cum, metric ton of cum in that
Well,
movie.
that would be seminal. So seminal.
Like the air conditioners?
Yeah, that's why you don't get those. That's why you go Oster instead. Otherwise, the whole house smells like a dogwood tree in spring.
I wondered about that.
Oh.
Suddenly, Fran understands why Virginia smells like cum.
Oh. Well, I didn't know what that smelled like. I didn't know.
You know, you only live in the areas that are full of the undergraduates anyways.
Yeah. That's
Well, when you're downwind of the docks, you know why it smells like cum from 12 to 1, Monday through Friday. Me putting in hard work.
You gotta appreciate a man who works.
And
That
he
was a hell of a
clocks
round.
in, and he clocks in and clocks out. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
That's pretty good until you're on the receiving end of one of those hand jobs in which he's clocking out. And you say, but sir, I've yet to completion. And he will say, I'm back to you. Talk to my shop steward.
I will tell you right now, the relaxer has never left upset. He's got a little bit of a quick attack, if you know what I mean. All right, folks.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, that's it. Don't come at me. Don't come at me with that shit, okay? Because I will counterattack with a hyperfang. And you know that. You know that.
Look, his name is the relaxer. You expect him to take a while? He's already pretty chill. All right, are we ready? Fred, are you ready for our final round?
No, not at all. But let's keep going.
Me neither, but we have no choice but to keep going.
Keep going. Mama's already in her pajamas. Let's go.
Pikachu Lewinsky, you've got 1 minute on the clock. Are you prepared?
Yes, sir.
Then you may begin now.
I have just been informed I have been let go from Amazon.com. So I now work at Pikachu Linsky's bail bondsman. All right, so if you need to catch anybody hop in bail, you reach out to Pikachu Linsky. Now, let's get to the final point. Jeff Bezos personally coughs into every single box sent out through Amazon Prime. Him and Bill Gates did create COVID-19 in a lab in Seattle. All right, that happened. That's a fact. And you don't believe me? You could read more about this in my book, Why the Pikachus Control the Media and Why Jeff Bezos is Evil, which actually can only be pre-ordered on Amazon, but it is a great deal. I sign every copy. But I rest my case. The Amazon's a wonderful place. Amazon.com is a bad place.
That is almost exactly on your time. Pika Shalinski, we have no idea how this match is going to turn out, but we can say one thing, a consummate professional.
I know. That was just like an aggressive but oddly sensual finish to it from like just a punch-drunk mascot, but like one from like a Six Flags, not like
yes.
An aggressive and oddly sensual finish
yes,
is the defining feature of a Pika Shalinski finish.
Thank you, sir.
That's right. I've been on Yelp. I know the reviews.
You're gonna need a sleep when I'm done with you.
Both hands and a twist. Yes.
That's right. He gives a purple nurple to you nerds. Now listen, it's time for I'm taking on Pika Shalinski's accent.
Can you please quit copying my thick Japanese accent?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I never meant to do it. Anyways, let's move on to our final minute. It is our reigning champion, the Relaxer, in for the fight of his life with 1 minute on the clock to put his final defense into Amazon.com. Relaxer, are you ready? Relaxer, wake up. Relaxer, wake up. Wake up.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Happy 420.
That's right, Relaxer. You've got 1 minute to defend Amazon.com. Are you ready?
All right, I sure am.
All right, then you may begin now.
Well, friends, family, rat, prostitutes, thank you for being here. I want to first let you know that Amazon.com not only employs most of America at this point, but it also knows what you buy and why you buy it. Resistance is futile. You can fight and fight and fight and say you like the Amazon, the rainforest, but truth of the matter is, when Amazon.com wants it, they're gonna take it. So why fight? I don't know if you've ever seen Coneheads, but David Spade taught me a lesson in that movie. If you're gonna get taken over, it's best to be a pet and not to be a pawn. And for that, I say thank you, David Spade, but also stop with that new show. It's terrible. And to Pikachu, I say, go fuck yourself. The unions are killing everything. They're the reason for coronavirus. Thank you very much.
And that is time. Wow. What an explosive final round.
God.
Really letting David Spade have it. And I think that has been the one person who's really skated by this coronavirus epidemic without getting their just desserts.
His show has been canceled, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, is it because he looks like a bulimic housewife or because he looks like a man who would beat up a bulimic housewife? Because both work.
I didn't know.
I've got no comment on that.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a show right now. That's news. I guess not anymore. Yes. Well, thank you, Ernest Hemingway. That was great.
Yeah, what this show needs is a real Bukowski, if you ask me.
He's like Hemingway if Hemingway died from eating too many bullets.
Lead is very heavy. It does a body good.
This is of course a championship bout. So what I think is I think Fran and I need a moment to confer. Maybe if you two can keep dazzling our audience with your wit for a second while we have a little chat and we can come up with a winner, that would be great.
Sounds good. The absolute best part of a show where you are told a specific amount of time to write for is when they tell you that is not enough. Please continue to talk.
I know. It's so different than the way that the announcers have to do it, where I just have to talk over a lag with a changing co-host every 5 minutes.
Can you please
You're right.
focus on adding up the scores? Because unlike the Relaxer, I have no improv training.
What's that now? Improv training? I've never heard of such a thing. My name's the Relaxer. I'm a simple man from a simple life with simple things. Now, if I could get a suggestion from any audience member that could fit, we could do a little chit chat for you. Oh, I think I heard nail salon. Let me go ahead and start. Oh, Papi, nails.
Yes, and
All right. I think Dr. Francesca and I have come to a conclusion
Don't tell people I'm a doctor.
All right. Hey, everybody, she's not a real doctor. She says
Not a
use
real one.
hydroxychloroquine. It's fine.
Like, I'm a chiropractor.
Well,
Okay.
We've come to our conclusion, and it just in time, too. My understanding is Pikachu Linsky's parking meter is about to expire.
It is, absolutely.
But this is, it's been a hell of a show. It's been a hell of a match, and I think it is up to us to announce that the belt, be it firmly secured, will now have to be removed and transferred over to Pikachu Linsky,
Yeah,
who wins the
baby.
round on a narrow margin. Pikachu Linsky.
This is very exciting because I just got news that they closed Pikachu Linsky's bail bonds, mainly because I did not pay rent. I did not have a license to be a bail bonds person. But this is big. This is big news. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, James, Asian James,
He's back.
and Jacob McFadden.
James, welcome back. You missed the title bout here, but I know siestas are important to you and your people. What do you think about seeing a new
What did I
competitive
miss,
round?
Nico?
Well, the belt changed places. It is now lying with Pikachu Linsky, our champion.
It is.
Borrowed his mother's lipstick to do his cheeks, and James is frozen, so I think he's gone once again.
Yeah, this is his next album cover. Duh. Looks good.
Ace the Flask.
All right. Not only did James freeze, he froze so much he's still on the screen. That is really something. Pikachu Linsky, do you have any words of wisdom or any knowledge you want to impart on our audience before we end tonight's broadcast?
No, but I do have a resume that I can send out to whoever needs it. But thank you. We'll be back same time next Monday, right? Every Monday. Is that right?
Yeah. I think what we've learned from this, you know, you see this earpiece. I've been talking to the production crew the entire time, and I think this went so smooth and everyone was so prepared that we're definitely ready to be back. It's not even every Monday. We're thinking of doing 5 nights a week.
Yeah,
Fuck it. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock to 9 ? Let's do it.
Yeah, Laughomania. That's going to be our next headlining event. And we want to just say before we end the show, a big thank you to all of our contestants. We've got from the very beginning of the show, Pat Nowazik, Neil Heltzel, Jason Custerer, Alex Castaigne, Winston Hodges, Brandon Beswick. I'm Jacob McFadden. I've been joined by James Munoz and, of course, Francesca Lynn. And we cannot forget in the booth our wizard of this evening, who it's not his fault everything's gone wrong, Clay Schoaf, who's back there doing all the hard work and putting the stadium together for us. It's been a lot of fun. We hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Let us know if you want to do more. Other than that, this has been Monday Night Raw, the quarantine special with a new champion, Pikachu Linsky.
Woo.
Thank you.
Winston, there's someone behind you in the back seat.
Oh no.